Hello, Brian the Fanboy here, and today I'm going to review Choujin Sentai Jettoman. Well, actually, it's written as Choujin Sentai Jetman, but I'm going to say the way it's pronounced. Now, this is the 15th Super Sentai series from 1991, and it consists of 51 episodes and a special movie. Now, the first episode starts by introducing this group called Skyforce. Uh, on Earth, or at least in Japan, Chikyu, well, there were these two people, a man and a woman, and they were doing some kind of training, combat training that is, and yes, they did well. Now, the man's name is Tondo Ryu, and the woman's name is, oh yes, Aorie. And also, both Ryu and Rie are a couple. They, yes, and are in love with each other. Now, eventually, they met up with their commander, or Shokan. Her name is Odokiri Aya. And yes, she told, oh yes, both Ryu and Rie about the Jettoman project, and yes, about five individuals who will be chosen, and well, both Ryu and Rie were concerned that they might be separated, for this project, but I assured them that because how well they did, in the combat, they will they are chosen to be into group, and both Ryu and Ria are happy about it. Now, oh yes, well, it was time for the chosen five to be exposed to this thing called Boronigu Weibu, which means Protonic Wave, and Ryu was the first, and once he was exposed to it, well, it was some kind of it was affecting his body a lot. And then it was over, and he finally got the energy he needed to be a Jettoman. But before the next person can get the Patano Guebu, there was an attack, and then came this image of a giant image of this alien, and well, his name is Radike, and he said that he is part of a group called oh yes, the Yukon Sentai, Seden Byramu, which means Dimensional War Party Vyram, but I'm gonna say Byramu for short. Now, yes, and eventually he started, well, his forces started an attack on the, oh yeah, the space station that the Skyforce members were in. And one of the things that happened was that Ria, she was blown into space, and then yes, Ryu, he was upset about it, and then, well, many of the people on the spaceship were getting killed, and then well, Aya, she brought Ryu to Earth with her, and then so, oh yeah, I forgot something else to mention, that when Pyramid was attacking, well, the Britannic Weibu were has struck four civilians on Earth, or Shikyu, and well, eventually, well, shortly, Ryohi woke up and demanded where Ryo was, and Aya told him that Ryo died in the attack. And well, Aya told Ryo that he's a warrior or senshi now, and that they must first find the four remaining senshi to join them in the battle against Pardamu. Now, oh yes, the first person they found was a woman named Rokumeki Gori. She is a rich woman, but she's not really like a. She doesn't act like a spoiled, rich girl. Like I mean, she doesn't think she's better than others, just because of her wealth. But anyway, when Aya and Ryu well, told her about becoming part of Jettoman, Kaori accepted with no hesitation. Uh, because, well, she said that she was tired of her boring rich life and, yeah, she wanted to do something exciting. Another thing is that Kaori thought that they said gentleman, but she was told it was Gettoman. Now, the next person they met up with was a man named Oishi Raida. He is a gardener for vegetables, and yes, and when he was approached by Ryu, Aya, and Akaori, well, Raida he turned the offer down because, well, he said he hates violence, and of course, well, Kaori said that she will try to persuade him, and Aya and Ryu went off to. I think there was some kind of trouble going on, but anyway, later in the episode, oh, the forces of Byromeki came back. Oh yeah, they were the foot soldiers, and they were called Grairumehe, which means Grindum soldiers. And well, they attacked, they destroyed Raida's garden, and he was upset about it. And Raida he decided to join the Jettoman. And then came their first battle, and well, oh yes, and the new heroes they were given these transformation devices called Kurosu Changers, which means God Changers. And yeah, oh yes, they use it get out Kurosu Changer and Henshin. Now, Ryu's Henshin form is a red, oh yeah, a red costume with the leg parts being white, um, and yeah, I think the white parts were arm parts were white, and let's see, white gloves, and let's see, I think red boots, a red helmet with a black visor and a silver mouthpiece, and the top of the helmet resembled the face of a hawk, and Ryu became, oh yes, Redohaku. Uh, Raida, his henshin form is a yellow costume with yes, yellow boots. Oh, the leg part being white, and yeah, oh yeah, the arms being white, and a red helmet with a black visor, silver mouthpiece, and oh yes, the top of the helmet resembled the face of an owl, and he became Jeto Oru. And Gori, her henshin form is an all white costume, everything, but with a little bit of pink, and Oh yes, a white helmet with a black visor, silver mouthpiece, and on top of her helmet resembled the face of a swan, and she became Yellow Swan. I mean, White Swan. And together the three became Choujin Sentai Jetman, which means Birdman Squadron Jetman. Another thing I should mention that their costumes have wings, so they can fly. You see, the gentleman costume were inspired by the anime Kachaman, which in America became Battle of the Planets for the English dub version. Of course, before watching Gentleman, I always thought it was inspired by the Top Gun franchise, but no, turns out it was inspired by Kachaman, and and there are some elements of that anime that were incorporated in the show, at least inspired the show. So, but anyway, the gentleman they fought their enemies and won the first battle. In the next episode, the they start recruiting the next two. Now, first we meet a man named oh yes, Jukikai. He was well, he was the kind of guy who at least to be a hero, and he gambles and is a womanizer. And he even got a fight with somebody. Now, the next morning, or I guess the next day, we meet a teenage girl named oh yes, Hayasaka Ako, and well, during gym class, she showed everybody and about how high she can jump. And this because she was yeah, she was exposed to the Potan Weibu, and when the coach offered her a position in the track team, she said she'd do it if she gets paid. I don't remember how much money she said, but it was a lot of gem. And oh yes, Raida and Gorori uh, met up with her, and well, they worked with her to explain things to her. And when she was told about being part of Jettoman, she said that she'll do it if she gets paid. And I think she said it was 50,000 yen she wanted, but well, according she accepted the terms and gave her a check, and turns out that the check was for 10 million yen, which is way more than Argo demanded. Uh, anyway, yeah, she was giving her grocery change up. Now, at the meantime, well, Ryu and Aya were the group, but they met up with Guy, and when they told Guy about the situation, Guy said, well, told him to let Fire Moon destroy the world and and give it to humanity because well, it was because he only saw the negative traits of humanity and none of the positives. And Ryo he didn't like what Guy said, and both of them ended up fighting each other. Yeah, yes, yeah. Well, anyway, they eventually both Guy and Algo met up. I think because of well, Guy he got beaten up by someone from Powder Move, and oh no, it was yeah one of the monsters, and Well, in the series, the monsters are called Jigenju, which means division of peace. Yes, and well, anyway, in the part of that episode, both Guy and Ako, the henshin, and oh yes, Guy, his henshin form is a black costume with the arms part being white and the legs part being white, black gloves, black boots. Uh, oh yes, and a black helmet with a black visor is for mouthpiece, and the top part of the helmet resembles the face of a condor, and he became Puragu. And Ako, her henshin form is a light blue costume with arms and legs being white, blue gloves, blue boots, uh, um, a blue helmet with the black visor and a silver mouthpiece, and the top part of her helmet resembles the face of a swallow, and she became a blue swallow. And we finally got the five members of Jettoman and defeated Ejikenju. And shortly after that battle, well, Ryu came in, to try to make he was trying to thank Guy for helping, but of course, Guy punched Ryu and removed his Kurosu Changeon and said that he only fought because he wanted revenge on the Jigenju, for what happened, a while back. But yes, of course, Ryu was determined to have Guy become part of the team. Oh, I forgot to mention something that at the end of the first episode, we meet the other members of Pyromu, and yeah, they reside in this brain-shaped castle called Baruku, and well, besides Renegade, there is a robot called Kurei, a young boy called Tran, and a woman named Maria. And Maria, she looks a lot like Rie. And whether that's Rie or a woman who looks like her, well, that I'll mention later in the video. In the third episode, well, Ryu started his mission on trying to convince Sky to become part of the team, and then the other race, and well, eventually, sometime during that episode, Guy decided to join the team, and do his part to fight the forces of Pyromu. Oh, I forgot something that at the end of the second episode, Ako, she returned that check that Gori gave her, and because she realized that uh, the mission is more important than money, and yeah, so now, in episode 4, well, the gentlemen were in their individual mechas, which are these jets. Now, Ryo, he has the Reduhaku. Raida, he has the no, not Reduhaku, Jettohaku, yes, and Raida, he has the Gedo Aru. Guy has the Gedo Gondo. Ago has the Gedo Swallow, and Gorori has the yes, Gedo Swan. And well, they were trying to practicing with to do some kind of formation. Of course, Gorori, she was having a difficult with her machine, and well, after the practice, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that back in episode 3, yes, uh, I was training, Kaori, Raida, and Ako, while Ryu was trying to convince Kai to join. But anyway, back to episode 4. Well, oh yes, yes, they were having well, I was talking how they need to work together to have their machines become discover great power. And well, Corey said that she's not fond of machines, and well, she doesn't do things that are not pleasant to her. And really, she kind of well, he told her that he can that Corey can keep acting like a princess all the time. And well, this made Corey upset. And she went home. And also that's where we meet her partner, a man named Jija. And he brought her flowers that were delivered by a man named, oh yes, Uchi or something like that. But well, in the episode, well, they were talking about how the Pope, he and Corey were engaged in children. And he talking about being like he and Corey are the chosen people, that that they're more important than those who are not in the same highest class or high society as them. And well, later Kaori told Sushiro that she is a uh, um, Seikono Senshi, which means warrior of justice. And yes, so he didn't believe her, but then came a battle, an attack by one of Fire Moon forces, and then yes, so she saw what Kaori did. And well, eventually after some kind of there was a disagreement Kaori had with the team, but she decided to quit in Jettoman, and decided to proceed with the wedding. Of course, before, yes, and at the ceremony, well, before that marriage could be officiated, well, she wanted to tell Sushi about if it's the right thing. And well, he said that well, he compared those of those of Laura Glass as worm. And it wouldn't matter if the worms die, because like he believed that people of high society are more important than those of the lower ones. And after hearing what Sushi said, Cory, she left. And well, she finally realized the kind of man Sushi really is. And she called off the wedding and went to help her friends. And yes, got henshin into White to Swallow and use her machine to help out. Of course, the end of the episode has a Cory crash, but she did survive, as shown in the next episode, which is 5. And let's see. Yeah, she woke up injured and was told that she won't be able, to help him battle for a while. That she has to wait until she recovers, and was had to be in a wheelchair for a while. And there, but anyway, later in the episode, Kai, he decided to help Korea out. And well, later in the episode, well, the thing was when her first presentation that she got up and finally was finally recovered and helped her friends out. And then when the Jigenshu became gigantic, uh, oh yes, the Jettoman they used their machines to I guess to combine or guide them and do the oh Yodo Haken or something like that. Is in it is like oh I forgot to mention something that for the Genshu well how they're made is where they have somebody somebody from Pyrumu use a dimensional egg and it turns into a Genshu and the last part of the name of Ichigenshu means dimension. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention was that oh, for Pyrumu well the members they have a context and whoever destroy Jettoman first, Jettoman and conquer the world first will become the new leader. Another thing that the rest of Pyrumu they first made their appearance to the Jettoman I think at the end of episode 2 and let's see I don't remember it was episode 5 or episode maybe it was episode 6 but there was a scene where Rio was face to face with Maria and he was surprised to see how much he looked like his old girlfriend then when Maria put Cory in danger uh, he believed that it couldn't be Ria's because Ria was kind and nothing like Mario was but anyway and episode 6 well we get a let's see well after one of the Gigantus became gigantic well the Yudo machines revealed that they can also cut into another form which is a giant robot called Yetu Ikarizu yes, which means Jet Icarus named after the hero from Greek mythology whose wings melted after flying too close to the sun. Yes. Well, anyway, another thing I should mention that during the series, at least one of the series, there was a love triangle among the team. You see, guy he was in love with Kaori, but those kind of feelings she had were for Ryu, and well, was presuming to become Ryu's girlfriend and maybe someday his wife. Of course, Ryuki was resistant toward Kaori's feelings because he couldn't get over the death of Ryu, saying that he could never because he believes that he could never forget her and that no woman can never take her place. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but during most of the series, both Ryu and Guy would constantly, fight each other, punching and kicking and all that stuff. Mostly because, they disagree on things. Now, in another episode, when Ryu, I forgot to mention that the Jettoman, they were have their own vehicles. You see, there is the Jetto Striker, which is driven by Redo Haku. Then we get Jetto Bouncer, which is driven by Yuraru and Wedus Juan. And we get the Jetto Speedsters, which are motorcycles, and they are ridden by Blue Gondo and Blue Swallow. Now, the Jetto Striker can also turn into a weapon called Fire Bazooka. and that's why the Jettoman used that weapon to destroy the Jikenju in normal size. The other weapons are this gun called the yeah, Badu Brasta and let's see. Oh yes, Bringa Sordo. Oh, I forgot to mention that the Jetto Icarus, it has a finishing weapon called the oh, Bodiniku Saber, which means Perdonic Saber. Uh, some episodes afterwards, well, we get a oh yes, an episode where Ryo's grandmother or Obasan was trying to persuade Ryo to marry this woman that she chose for him because she wanted um she wanted Ryo to give her grandchildren. Of course, Ryo he didn't want to do things like that. Of course, Kai was all for it since if Ryu married this woman, then uh, Kai can have Karori. Of course, the plan was eventually Mr. Team convinced Ryu's grandmother, to not force him into, marrying anybody and, like let him live the life he chooses. And of course, when he saw things between Ryu and Karori, well, she had some hopes and, anyway, now some episodes. Oh yeah, we have an episode where Kaori was well, she was making something for Ryu to show her feelings for him, and when she gave Ryu the thing she made, Ryu said that he could not accept it, and well, this kind of upset Kaori, and eventually Kai went to Kaori and tried to convince her that he should be with him, and when the guy gets Kaori, Kaori slaps him. You know, yes, because what he did. Because at the end of the episode, that well, Kaori said that even she still loves Ryo, even though if he doesn't feel the same way about her, and she won't give up. Her pursuing. Now, a few episodes otherwise, we meet a woman named Suzuki. She is a childhood friend of Raida, and well, when she first appeared, well, he wasn't happy, with the way she appeared. You see, Raida is a man who prefers a woman's natural beauty, not what he calls fake. Of course, and when they had after an argument, well, he got upset, and well, there was this fashion jigenju that would turn people into whatever they are according to what they wear. And when Suzuki was made to wear some kind of assassin outfit, it resulted to becoming an assassin. And well, when Raida, as in his Euro form, saw it, well, he tried to get Suzuki to snap out of it, and eventually he succeeded. And Suzuki realized what she's been doing, and eventually the gentleman defeated Jigenju in that episode. And at the end, Raida and Suzuki they say goodbye and look forward to the next time they see each other again. Now see, a few episodes after work. Well, see. Oh yes, we meet these three new people, and they are a man named Ray, a woman named Kenna, and yes, a young man named Dan. And well, they were riding in this thing called the Badu Corridor, which is some kind of giant plane shaped like a bird. And see, oh yes, eventually they met up with a gentleman and said that they are from the back dimension, which is where Pyramid came from, and well, it was conquered, and they came to the Jettoman dimension in order to fight the kick the revenge on Pyramid. See, Pyramid, the no, no, another thing that oh yes, I think earlier in the episode, I understand, but of course, Ghetto Icarus got damaged and was being repaired. Or another thing that but to the oh yes the oh Padugarudu can turn into the well later, but anyway yes, well later oh yeah, Dan he has a crush on Akko, and of course he done his feelings well in a comical way. Yeah, I mean not the proper way for a guy to get a woman's yeah, of course attention, but anyway he and Akko went to spend some time together, like going on a date. At least Tom Freddy was a date, but Akko she wanted Dan to be serious about things, and well anyway, at the end of the episode, uh, well not yet, but the Badu Garuda is revealed that it can turn into a robot called the Yetu Garuda, and it is like the Jikunchi when it was a giant form. Of course, came with a price. You see, when Dan was fighting the forces of Pyramu, he got killed, and later afterwards, oh yes, Ray and Kana, they also got killed. I mean, yeah, but yes, and well, Ago was sad for the death of Dan. Now, in the next episode, it's revealed that both the Jeto Igarisu and the Jeto Garuda can combine to become the Kuredo Jeto Igarisu. Now, episodes after that, let's see. Oh yes, well, how was that? Well, Radike he discovered this some kind of forgotten ancient temple that belonged to a group of monsters called. Oh no, I think like let's see, maybe it's not yet, but let's see. Oh no no, it was yes it called the machine, and when was that oh no no no, no before that happened oh now I remember. Yes, there was the an episode where I think it was before the Jetu Garuda arrived, but well, we met up with the battle's main old leader called Jode Yusa. She well after they conquered the previous dimension, Well, the apartment thought that she died, but it was revealed that she was in a long sleep and she was woken up, and Renegade was shown to be loyal to her. Of course, it was all of a facade, because he was planning on getting rid of her and waiting for the right moment to, for his attack. And then eventually, I think it was the next episode where he did attack Yusa, but Yusa, she, before Renegade can kill her, Yusa turned into her monster form and exiled him to Earth and forced him to live as a human with no memory of who he was before. Of course, in the next episode, he met this woman, and eventually, Radek sort of remembered who he is and came back to his, previous form and killed the woman who took care of her because, well, Radek, he didn't. He thought things like love and compassion were a bunch of nonsense, and okay, now back to what happened after the with the great Igurusu. Well, Duran he had a plan, and of course that plan failed, and well, when his Takeshi was destroyed, and well, the members of Pyramid they started to laugh at him and make fun of him, and Duran he couldn't take it anymore, and he ran all the way to this cave, and when he was screaming really loud, and what happened, and then where Duran was, appeared a grown man in his place. Now, I forgot to mention before that Gray he has romantic feelings for Maria. Uh, I don't understand why, but he does care for her. Yeah. Anyway, um, in the episode after what happened with Duran, well, Aya she brought Jettoman another for her, and as a vacation, as a reward, for everything done to defeat the pirate win. And once they arrived at their destination, they well, one thing that happened was that oh yes see, I remember now. There was this man who appeared, and it was a man that appeared in the cave where Duran was, and he seemed to be better at everything that the gentlemen were doing. At that place where they were having the vacation. And then later it's revealed that the man is well, he changed and into a foreman. Revealed that he was he's Duran, but he now goes by Duranza, and said that his Duran form was the cocoon, and his Duranza form is the butterfly. So yes, and yes, the gentleman had difficulty, but even though they weren't killed, back at Parugu, Duranza he sat on the throne that's supposed to be reserved for the one who wins the contest. Of course, Renegade started to attack Duranza, but Duranza he managed to defeat. Oh yes, Renegade in that fight, and he asked Renegade his name, and well, Renegade said Duranza-sama, which means Lord Duranza, and yeah, so he yielded, and well, Duranza was well, he made himself the leader. Even though the terms of the contest wasn't really fulfilled. Um, oh, I forgot to mention something that there was an episode. I think it was before that happened, but what happened was that well, Ryo he still wasn't over Rie, but he tried to set up both Guy and Guri together since seeing that how Guy feels about Guri, but once Guy realized what Ryo did, it made him mad. And then Ryo decided to go somewhere with Guri, and Guri well she thought it was a date, but well what Ryo did was that he showed Guri the tomb of Rhea, and well, Ryo told Corey that he could never forget Rhea, since with all the memories he has of her, uh, and of course this made Corey upset, and well, she wanted to go home alone without Rio, driving her there, and then earlier that night, well, Kai found Rory, and they had a dog, and now the episode where Radike he was came to this temple. It was his attempt to to try overthrow Turansa, and yeah. Oh yes, so this creature is called the machine. The first machine to be released was Mu, and he needed human blood to revive the two other machines called Roman and Gorgu. And eventually, Gorgu was kidnapped and was made to well, was chosen for the sacrifice. Eventually, Guy found her, and he said if it's blood that they need, then Guy he cut himself and gave his own blood, which revived both Roman and Gorgu. And yes, that was and of course unlike the pyramid, they didn't want to destroy humanity. They want to preserve humanity, but turns out it was so they can turn them into fruits that they can eat. But eventually, the Jettoman, destroyed the machines. And now another thing in that episode, where while Kai was saving Kaori, she com- yeah, she confessed her love to Kai, and after the victory in that episode, with the machines, Kai and Kaori became a couple. Now, then I think 2 or 3 episodes afterwards, well, there was a battle that we used with Byron, and well, it was revealed that well, during a battle, Maria she turned into Rie. So it turns out that Maria was Rie the whole time, and that she was just brainwashed into becoming Maria by Radike. And well, as Ria, she asked Ryu what well, first they found the river, but they survived, and well, Ria wanted to know what happened and why where they are. And Ryu said that doesn't matter now that she's back. However, later in the episode, Renegade came back for Ria and he turned her back into Maria. Now, eventually, this led to Rio having like some kind of a mental breakdown because of after learning the truth about what really happened with Ria and well, first he started to have delusions of seeing Maria, and well, there was a scene where a guy in Garori found oh yes, Rio on a swing and told them to meet his girlfriend Ria, who was in the swing set next to him, but there was nobody really there. And well, guy came to Rio and was about to uh, punch Rio, but he could bring himself to it, and is and hopes that Rio will snap out of it. And eventually we realized what he was doing, and that that he needed to he did snap out of it, and then realized that he needed to help the team out, and they managed to well, he helped the Jettoman and defeat the Jikunshin of that episode, and illustrated and see and later in the episode, well, Guy finally has respect for Ryu, and the two are now friends. Now, despite what happened, well, after learning the truth about Ryu and Maria, well, Ryu was he became determined to turn Maria back into Ryu to make her leave Pyro move for good. Let's see, some episodes afterwards, well, we meet. Well, first of all, what happened was that Pyro the got a Jikenshu that helped. I mean that caused the Jettoman to lose their ability to henshin. And then later we meet this man named Ichiyo Akira, who well who had his own team of Jettoman called Neo Jettoman, and they were given these things on their costumes and their suits to help them not lose their henshin powers, just like the Jettoman. And when the base was under attack, well, Akira he well thought that wanted to let the new gentleman handle the monster, even if it means in their lives, because he saw them as expendable. Also, fact to mention that early in that episode, they did discover that there was a way for the gentleman to get their ancient power back, but Akira he didn't want to know, and that was because well Akira was jealous that Aya was chosen to be the commander of the gentleman. But once the new gentleman realized what kind of man Akira was, they gave the device that helps them keep their henshin and give it to the original gentleman, so they can henshin again. And they defeated the series, and well, Akira he was yes dismissed the position, and I don't know if he was going to get a court martial, but I guess he was fired. Now let's see. Afterwards, well, the relationship between Guy and Gori was, wasn't going well. It's mostly because, well, how different they were. Where Kai were being from a rich society, while Kai was not from that, and there was a scene where Kai met out his parents, and well, he couldn't stand being around them longer because of uh, the, the Sunni attitude. Feel he was some kind of businessman or politician or something, but yes, the relationship wasn't going well for them. Now, see, since episode after that, well, Duranza he made a giant robot called Veronica, and yes, it did give the Jettoman trouble. Of course, well, he and the rest of Pyro were planning it. Well, oh, I forgot that it was piloted by human life force and human energy. And well, Renegade he realized that if Duranza at your work, then that will make him leader permanently. And well, Renegade didn't want it, but then Duranza he exiled Renegade. No, no, he didn't exile, but Renegade he left before tries to do something with him. Maybe in the next episode or two, but well, there was this man who was helping the Jettoman to defeat Duranza, and revealed that the man was Radical in disguise, and yes, the Jettoman they fought the Jigujin, and eventually Duranza he was oh yes defeated, and Radical he well though as what's his name, man? Ransa said Radicate Sama, and of course, instead of killing Dranza, Radicate he well turned Dranza into a human, completely human, and well, his fate was that he was now and ended up in a mental hospital, and he wasn't seen in the rest of the series after that. Now, then we got an episode where Radicate offered Maria to become more powerful, and what he did to her was turn her into some kind of vampire-like uh, creature, and she was suck out the blood of. Oh wait, oh no! Before that happened, well, there was this episode that had a scene where Mario got hurt. Of course, Gray came and tried to do his best to nurse her back to health, and well, Gray tried to warm her, but when he embraced Maria, Maria said the Gray was cold, and realizing that he could never give her the kind of work he could because him being robot made out of metal, well, that upset him a lot. Now back to the other episode. Well, yes, Radicate he turned Maria into some kind of vampire creature, and well, it was like she needed to suck the blood of many men in order to become the ultimate monster warrior. Of course, turns out that the plan was that well, when that happened, it will turn Maria into a puppet that Renegade can control. And Gray, uh, he wasn't fond of that idea. No, while Mario was battling the Jettoman, fighting the Jettoman, and well, Ryu he didn't want to kill her, and he embraced Maria and kissed her, and told Maria that like he that he always loved her no matter what she looks like, and eventually that resulted in Maria turning back into Ria. Then Radicate appeared and uh, told Ria that she says, and Ria said that he's right, and told the gentleman that they will lose. Of course, turns out the reason Ria what happened was that Ria she stabbed Radicate in the back because of yes, because it was all a trick to as revenge for what Radicate make her do as Mario the whole time. Of course, Renegade wouldn't let this go unpunished, and so he, yes, slash Rhea as punishment for what she did, and Renegade left, and Rhea said that she, I think, cannot go back the way they were before because she has too much blood on her hands, and told Ryu that he must forget her and to move on. And Gurren came and grabbed Rhea and said that he will take care of her. And well, Ryu he was upset that he lost Rhea again. Only this time she will be permanent. And Gray, well, at the ocean, or Umi, well, Maria, Marie, she died. Her body disappeared into particles, and Gray was upset about it. In the next episode, we get a battle between Guy and Gray, and well, Guy he defeated Gray, and Gray was happy that he finally found a worthy opponent, and that was the end of Gray. So that only leaves Renegade. See, well, as we get closer to the end of the series, see. Oh yes, we as well. There was a battle with the Jettoman and Renegade, and well, oh yes, Gory she got hurt, and Ryu went to help to nurse, do his best to nurse Gory somewhere. But of course, Ryu he was still upset about losing Ryu again, and Gory she later gave Vince Ryu to move on, and then soon Ryu saw the ghost. Well, where Gory was Ryu, but as her ghost, and telling Ryu to move on and do not let the past, they call it. Then Curry appeared again, and well, Ryu decided to do his part in the battle. And eventually we get to the final battle of the series. And well, Renegade, he became a giant monster calling himself Ragamu. And well, the Jettoman did use the Kureido Igurusu to defeat Radiguet, and it was really difficult. Of course, Ryu noticed the stab wound on Regimun's back, that was caused by Rie, and yes, he said that they need to separate the Jetu Igris back into the two robots. I mean, yes, and of course, it looked that Ryu was going to sacrifice himself in order to win the battle. Of course, well, since there was other way, they decided to Ryu use one of the robots to, I think it was the Badugarada, and so he got Akum, and eventually the Ikarisu stabbed the wound, and Rakumu got destroyed, and that was the end of Rakumu as well as Paramu. And then Jettoman, they went, went to find Ryu in their civilian forms, and yes, he was down, but he did survive. Yet, he did survive, and well, he has 51, and yes, he did, and I told the gentleman to enjoy the victory. Now, 3 years have gone by, and well, first thing, Raida and Suzuki are they run this garden and probably married to each other now. And well, Raida got a cold, and it was from Ako, and well, turns out that she is now a idol singer. And asked Raida about if he heard about Kaori, and he said he knows, and then we meet up with Kaori, and she was in a wedding dress, and that because she was getting married, and Aya was there, helping out. And turns out the man who was marrying Kaori is Ryu. Okay. Yeah, so sometime after the final battle with Pyramu, Guy and Kaori they broke up, but still still friends. And most of the friends are there. Of course, Guy, he was in a oh yes at the flower shop, looking for flowers to buy, saying that his best friend is getting married, and of course then came this mugger who stole a purse, and Guy went after him to stop him. Of course, the mugger, he grabbed a knife and stabbed the guy in the stomach, which well it was fatal. However, even though he got hurt, it didn't stop him from going to see his friends. Of course, he wasn't able to make it to the ceremony, but he did manage to meet up with everybody. He was sitting on a bench, and Ryu came and talked and said, "Oh yes, well he had a hangover, and that yeah, well he needs to rest or sleep or something like that." And yes, oh, and also the ghost reappeared, showing that she's glad that Ryu moved on, and let's see, yes, and oh yes, everybody was celebrating, and then Guy, he died, and that was the end of Choujin Sentai Jetman, the TV series, of course, because well, in 1983 there was a special TV movie where Guy and Kaori are living their married life. Of course, it was mostly like a clip show, or I could say a clip movie, since it was around 58 minutes long, and Yes, talk about everything that happened in the series, and ended with showing that they have a baby son together, who they name Guy after the fallen team member. Um, what do I think of the series? Oh wait, before that, I forgot to mention that an interesting thing about Jettoman is that it is the series that saved Super Sentai after Fireman almost killed it. Because everything, the drama, the lottery angle, the infinite villains, yes, the show became a big hit during this run. Now, as what I think of uh, the show, I think it was good. I mean, like I said before, all the things I mentioned, just now, yes, and I could see why it saved the franchise. But now, as if sorry for sure to watch it, I don't recommend it because well, one of the characters does something. I'm not gonna say what it is or which one, but yeah, shouldn't watch that show for that reason. Yes, no. Another thing is that even though Jettoman did save the did save Super Sentai, it was also the end of an era for Super Sentai because the series that came after would play an important part in the history of Super Sentai. So I think that's all I can say about Choujin Sentai Jettoman in this video. And also, please subscribe to my channel because it will help me a lot. And also, please share this video on social media like Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. So that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.